Autism. Hope you're all well. Just a real quick one today because the sun is shining, so we're going to try and get outside a little bit. And also, hopefully, Charlie will do a bit of walking around to the park. It is literally just round the corner, and he's all right. We've sort of test ran it a couple of times, and he's all right with it. It's just certain points of confusion, if you like, where he tends to have a little bit of a meltdown when, where we can either cross over or towards our parents' houses, or we can sort of turn right towards the park, and that confuses Charlie a little bit as to where he's going, and I think it overwhelms him a bit, and he tends to have a little bit of a breakdown. So we're hoping that goes okay and well enough, and yeah, see how that goes. His interaction today's been fantastic. He's had they've had the friend round to play today, and yeah, Charlie's done really, really well with his interaction. He's been actually holding hands with the friend and stuff, and playing teapots and things like that. So he's trying to get involved. He's trying to play along, and he's trying to interact. So I'm really, really proud of him on that respect as well. No meltdowns as yet. We've had a couple of unhappy instances, particularly this morning, because I've been practicing with Charlie on the stairs a lot, like not going out of the way to do it, but if we're going up for a bath or down from a bath, getting him to walk up and down independently, well, to a degree anyways, best he can. And this morning he didn't want to do that. But I won't, if Charlie's having a shout, unless we're going to full meltdown, I won't I won't cave in. I'll still make him do it, because that might sound a little cruel, but it's very important that Charlie realises that he can do it, and I don't think it's the right thing for Charlie if I keep bailing him out and just picking him up and carrying him, because I don't see how he will learn from that. Of course I'm there, and of course his safety is my priority, so if a meltdown did ensue and he was proper upset about it, of course I'd pick him up and make sure he's safe. But if we're just talking about a little shout because he doesn't want to do something, now I'm not prepared to do it for him when he's capable of doing it, because that's not my job. And if I was to do that, I think I'd be failing as a parent, particularly as a parent of an autistic child, because it's our job to push our children, and as a parent of an autistic child, it's my job to push Charlie harder than I would a neurotypical child. Again, I know that sounds awful, but that's how Charlie reacts, and that's how Charlie learns, by that push and that shove in the right direction. And if that's what I have to do, and he's not happy about it, then he'll have to just not be happy about it, because in the long run it will benefit him, and it's what's best for Charlie, and that's all I've got. That's what I've got at heart. That's what I'm interested in, what's best for Charlie, not whether he's particularly happy about something or not. Not that I make him upset, I'm not cruel and force him to do things he doesn't want to do. You know what I mean? But I'm not, when he's capable of doing something and he just doesn't want to, then that's when I will step in and say, no, look, Charlie, you can do this. I believe in you, and just give him a shove in the right direction. So, okay, guys, I'm going to shoot off. There's not a lot happened today, so that's why I was just sort of filling you in little bits and bobs there. We're going to try and get to the park if it doesn't rain, so it keeps going overcast, but it's sunny at the time being. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you like what we're doing, please click subscribe. Yes, thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves, and let silent words be heard.
Hi everyone. So I just wanted to add a little bit on the end of the vlog today. As you've seen that Dean's done it, and he was saying that we were going to go to the park with Poppy and Storm. So Charlie did something really, really cool, so I just wanted to share it with you guys. While Charlie's not got his disabled pushchair, we thought we'd give him a go with some walking, because of his hypermobility. It's something that he really struggles with quite a lot, due to some his joints are quite loose. And Charlie actually walked to the park. Well, he kind of bounced and skipped along like he was really excited. He completely knew where he was going. And I thought the challenge more is going to be coming back from the park, because when we've got his disabled buggy, he'll go and sit in it when he needs a rest. And I thought, is he going to still sit down at the park? Will he use the benches to sit and have a rest? Because he'd kind of built that into his routine at the park. And for when he was feeling a bit sorry, go and sit down and give himself 5 minutes before he carried on. But Charlie sat down on the grass when he knew he needed to have a little break for a minute. But then when Charlie sees someone coming towards him with his pram when we've been at the park, he knows, right, okay, that means it's time to go home now. I need to get into my pram. But I thought it's going to feel like a surprise to him when we leave the park, because we're just going to be, come on, Charlie, and hold his hand, and he's going to think, well, where are we going? But no, Charlie, he had a bit of a, it wasn't a cry, it was more like a whinge, you know, that I'm not happy about it. Ah! Kind of sound. That's what he was like all the way home. But he did it, and he didn't try and go floppy legs. If Charlie doesn't want to do something, he kind of makes his legs turn to jelly, so he doesn't have to try and get out of it. But he didn't do that. He looked at me, and he kind of tugged on me as if saying, Mum, pick me up. I was like, mate, you're doing it, and you're doing really well. And as we turned the corner, you could see our house at the top of the street. I said, there's our house, look. And he started to get excited then. And then he was okay the rest of the way, because he could see it. He was like, right, okay, it's only there. I can do that. So that was really cool. And then also the slide at the park, it's not like a normal slide where it's like steps going up and then slide coming down. It's like a proper like play equipment type thing. So the bit like you climb up, you can either go up this like net, like a big net, or there's one, it kind of looks like a slide, but it's like got handles up the side and like grips, like when you go rock climbing, grips and ropes. So you've got to kind of like pull yourself up it. And it's really slippery, like a slide. Like if you try to walk up slide, obviously it's quite difficult. It's just the same, which I think is ridiculous. And Charlie had been on the swings and decided he wanted to go on the slide because he saw the little boys playing that live next door to us, and he wanted to go and see them. Charlie's not really met them before, but he seems to really like them, so it's just a Charlie thing. I said, oh, would you like to go on the slide? And usually I'd pick him up and pop him on the top, and then he'd slide down, because obviously Charlie climbing up things is quite a struggle. And he just walked straight around to this yellow bit, and just straight up he went. No, no help needed from Mum. He just went, walked along and down the slide. I thought, what have I just seen? That's amazing. And he did it about 15 times. He just kept going and going and going. I just stood behind him, like I didn't have my hands on him at all. I just stood behind him with my hands on the railing, so like if he fell, he just like wobbling to me. And then that made Charlie feel more safe and a lot more confident to continue to do it. So we just went with it until he'd had enough. So that was like so good. So I'm like really excited. So obviously I had to share that with you guys. So I'll stop waffling now because I could go on about it all day, because it's really, I'm just so excited. I'm so happy. So I hope you're having a nice day, guys. Take care.